Franklin County Board of Commissioners meeting general session. Today is July 10th, 2018. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner O'Grady.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. To begin with today, we have Director Joy Bivens. I'd like to call Director Bivens forward. Is she here? Let's see her. Oh, there she is in the front row. Had a great time with Michaela yesterday. She was outstanding. She said she's going to come and shadow me for a day.
Did she?
So she did. She did. So I have to make sure it's the day you're around that over here too. So
Awesome. Thank
have some
you.
fun. So
She wants to learn how to take golf lessons now. I don't know. I heard that's an expensive sport, so.
I didn't say I was golfing yesterday. What are you talking about? I didn't say that. I said I saw Michaela yesterday.
Yeah, so I saw the selfie. So,
What is she talking about? I don't know.
Yeah.
Where did that come from,
Looking for
Director?
other commissioner who teaches how to make cheese and salami boards or whatever they're called.
I was not doing that yesterday either. She didn't find me yesterday because I wasn't golfing.
No.
What's to say he was supposed to be there?
I was.
For whatever reason, he was
Made
out,
my
so,
contribution,
yeah.
but I could not make it to the golf course.
Yeah, so nonetheless, we know that many of us will be traveling to NACO this week, where commissioners from all over the country will convene to exchange ideas, to celebrate some of the successes that many of your counties from across the country have had, and to learn from one another. And so it's always a great convening. This will be my third, and of all the different public entities that I've represented throughout the years, I think NACO probably is one of the best. And so I'm looking forward to a really good week in Tennessee, in Nashville, Tennessee. But Director Bivens is here to talk about some of the NACO achievements and awards that we are going to get to talk about. So, Director Bivens, thanks for being here.
Thank you. Well, good morning, commissioners. Before I, go through my my speech, I wanted to first of all thank you so much for all of your innovation and your generosity to not only just funding programs, but partnering with organizations that truly make impact in our community. I appreciate that you all are not, community leaders who are satisfied with status quo. We push the envelopes with working with our community partners, and I believe that these two programs that I will be presenting you all with the awards with are demonstrations of the decisions that you make each and every day as commissioners. So thank you so much for just always thinking of our neighborhoods, always thinking of our families, always thinking of our children in our county. The first award, well, I'll do my speech first, Bart, because I know you want me to do this. Good morning, commissioners. Early this year, we submitted a pair of programs, the Building Futures Pre-Apprenticeship Program and the I Am My Brother's Keeper program, for consideration for NACO's Annual Achievement Awards. The Achievement Awards program recognizes outstanding and innovative county government programs. We were probably supposed to wait until we come back, but we were too excited to present these awards to all of you today. We are so proud to announce that Franklin County received an Achievement Awards for both programs in two separate areas. The first being Community and Economic Development and Human Services, and we are the only county to earn that distinction over the span. So the first award I would like to present to you is our Building Futures program, and if we have anyone here from the Trades and Economic Development, and Beau Chilton, who is our partner.
Now, we have people here from the trades every Tuesday morning, and so the morning that we we recognize this program, nobody's here. That's great.
As you know, this was a collaborative effort among JFS, Economic Development, Beau Chilton being our community partner, as well as the trades. The Building Futures program was recognized for innovation in the economic and community development category. It is a program that is really a testament to the collaborative spirit of our county, bringing together both our agency, economic development and planning, as well as impact community action, and our partners at the Columbus Central Ohio Building and Construction Trades Council. The program is our pipeline to the middle class, providing participants with a foundation of soft and trade-specific training to build upon for a career in the skilled construction trades. We were only, when we first started this program, we didn't know how many participants we were going to receive to engage in this project. Today we have about 185 individuals on a list trying to engage in this program. So we are excited to know that there are going to be several, hopefully over hundreds of individuals and families that are going to be impacted in going into a middle wage career. Would you like to say something?
I just want to say thank you to the commissioners for your support. We have a gentleman, this program has been life-changing. We have a gentleman who was in the homeless shelter. 12 weeks later, he is on the job earning $24 an hour. He now has a 2-bedroom apartment, has a car. In a 12-week period, his life has changed dramatically, and it can be credited to this program. So I just thank you for your support.
Only thing I'd like to add is Economic Development and Planning is proud to participate in this effort, and we commend the success of JFS and our partners in helping make this program as successful as it is.
Commissioners, the first award I would like to present you with is the NACO Award, is the 2018 Achievement Award winner. The National Association of Counties is proud to present Franklin County a 2018 Achievement Award for its program titled Building Futures. So this is your first award.
Before you move on, I do want to say, I mean, the story, first of all, I want to say to Director Chilton, thanks for sharing that story, because quite frankly, I know with Commissioner O'Grady and Commissioner Brown, we've talked about that's exactly what Building Futures was supposed to accomplish, was to give people an opportunity to a real pathway for success. And that's an example. And while we don't get it right 100% of the time, it's definitely worth investing in and striving for. And I think, you know, last time I know Commissioner Grady and I were at the graduation ceremony, and I know I think both probably got choked up as many of the folks walked across that stage to get that piece of paper. And it wasn't so much signifying of them finishing the program as much as it was signifying a start of a new pathway. Mm-hmm. And that's what we heard over and over and over. And if there was something to recognize, it's that. And so I really appreciate you sharing that story. I mean, I don't want to exploit that with this person that you just identified, but I think others need to hear that story so that they can be encouraged to know that you can go from, you know, a challenge scenario and situation to a real success, a pathway to success. You just got to be willing to access the resources and do the things that are necessary to be successful. And that person is a truly example. I didn't get if you said it was a man or a woman, but that person is truly an example of that. And I know there were women in that class too. It wasn't a lot, but probably 5 or 6, if I remember correct. 4. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so and it was very diverse. You know, it was people from all kinds of backgrounds and racial differences and whatnot. So, anything to add, Commissioner?
Well, you know, when we were in Washington in March, they asked if there was, you know, if there were folks that could share any, you know, any programs or any things that we were working on that were transformative. And so we talked about I talked about this program, and counties from all over the country came up afterwards and asked for more information about Building Futures, because they wanted to take this back to their county and talk to their folks about maybe starting something like this in their county. So this is, you know, there's no question this was something that was destined to be recognized. So.
You know, recently I received a text message from a gentleman, a young man actually, that was in the program, because I told him the first day he started, I better see him on the last day. I was going to come see him. But he texted me the other day and he said, you know what, Ms. Joy, I just want to let you know how appreciative I am of having the opportunity to participate in a program like this. And what he had shared with me earlier was he wasn't homeless, but he was about to be homeless. And he didn't know what he wanted to do when he graduated, so he was kind of just feeling his way after post-graduation. And this program gave him purpose, gave him insight on his life, and gave him direction. And I also think, I want to just thank our county administrator. At the beginning of this year, he talked about collaboration. and the importance of collaboration. And I believe that couple of the products or product of a collaboration is transformation. One person or one entity can't do it alone, and I believe that's what you all stand for. And we're going to see a lot of our programs go from just being more transactional to being more formative and impacting lives.
I just wanted to add, the gentleman that I was talking about is willing to share his story and actually will be prominently featured at our Ripple of Hope Awards Gala on August 30th. So I'd love to have you come there and hear more about his story. It was very powerful. And wanted to say on behalf of our union partners, they're away at a conference, so you're right, they would normally be here. And congratulations to our partners at the Columbus Urban League as well.
And Director Chilton, if you don't mind, I'd love to invite that young man to the BLC, and would love to have him come and be recognized and just share his story with us. So if you could work with us on that, that'd be great. Thank you.
I'm sure we're going to get pictures, and I like the way you just plugged your event, Bo. So the second award I would like to present to you is our I Am My Brother's Keeper Award, and if our partners from the Columbus Urban League, except for Arthur, could please come and stand.
It's rough, Arthur, man. That's messed up. She just disowned you like that, man.
Let them share the shine.
Right.
Ooh, even county.
Yes, let him share the shine. I'm My Brother's Keeper was recognized for innovation in the human services category. It is an asset collective impact initiative designed to help close opportunity gaps for boys of color in the south side of Columbus. The program takes a true generational holistic approach, offering education, mentorship, experiential learning, career training, social emotional development services, and much more. Since its inception of 2014, more than 125 boys ages 8 to 17 have participated in I Am My Brother's Keeper, including about 70 active enrolled in the program this year. This program is administered by the Columbus Urban League under the leadership of President Stephanie Hightower, and I would allow her to say some words.
Thank you, President Boyce, Commissioner O'Grady, County Administrator. I want to really take this time to echo what Director Bivens talked about, and I think it's important for everyone here to know that we do have county commissioners who believe in the work that they're doing. They are engaged. They know about our communities. They understand the challenges in our communities. And I can't thank you enough for not only being politicians, but really being the kind of politician that I know all of my colleagues that are coming in here for the National Urban League Conference are really jealous that we have this kind of political structure in place, and we have these kinds of people who run for elected office who are doing it selflessly and doing it really for the community and really understand what servant leadership is all about. So I want to really take this time to thank you for allowing us to be able to administer this program, to be able to have the ability to impact the lives of not only those 100+ boys that we get to see every week, but also their families, also their neighborhoods, also their schools. All of that is being impacted. Their neighbors, everybody's being impacted. To see kids with that experiential learning, those opportunities that they get to go to and learn about financial empowerment, you know, having a 700 credit score, how important that is so that they can go out and build a home one day, or that they can go and open up a bank account. Being able to go to OSU and be able to witness for the first time, we have kids that live on the south side who have never been on that campus, to be able to go and interact with OSU football players who are mentors, to be able to have our gang prevention specialists interact with these young boys on a weekly basis, go to their schools, be out there in the trenches with them at night, to be able to keep them away from gang activity. Those are the kinds of things that this program allows us to do from a holistic way, and we just really appreciate the opportunity to have this kind of impact, to be able to work again with Bo and his folks, even though those young boys aren't ready yet for the trades, but we want to be able to create that continuous pipeline to be able to show them those kinds of opportunities do exist, that you don't have to be out doing the gang banging, you don't have to be out selling drugs, you don't have to continue to have generational poverty in your family, that you can do what's next. So again, I want to reiterate and also thank Director Bivens and her team for also working with us. You know, sometimes we like to do things a little unorthodox, but we want to, you know, do it right. Because it takes more than what, you know how restrictive those federal dollars are that you all are administering, and sometimes we have to get a little bit creative. She reins us in if we're going a little bit too far, but County Administrator and Director Bibbins, we also want to say thank you, and also thank you for allowing Art to come over and be a part of our team.
Oh, wow.
We really appreciate that as well.
You're welcome, President
Last
Hightower.
part.
But the only thing I'd just add there is that that age group is a very critical age. I mean, statistics show that oftentimes that's where young men sort of lose their footing, and so that's the whole idea, is to capture them. And some of them may not, you know, I know I've got two teenagers. Well, no, I take that back. I've got one in college, and then I've got a teenager, so a young man and a teenager. And I find personally that's, even though he's 15, it's still a critical age, that the smallest things make the difference. And I will tell you, even though you got two parents in a home, you always need help. And that's what this program does, is help those who need it. So thank you for the work you do there. That's critical.
It's a great partnership, and we're glad you guys were able to step up and do this work. This has been a tremendous program, so thanks for everything.
And just for the people at home, I just want to make sure that we reinforce why the South Side. Many of, you know, some of the people in the room and some people at home may not understand that the South Side of Columbus has a high poverty rate, nearly 4 times the state and county average, I believe. A lot of the young men that President Hightower spoke of, some of the trauma that they deal with, she had young men who have seen family members riding in cars or sitting at home seeing family members shot right in front of them, right? Poverty is real, crime is real for them, and her organization, along with the Ohio State University and the other partners, work with these young men to give them hope for their future. So if anyone ever questions the why we focus on the South Side, that was one of the areas that we felt needed to be touched first. So, and I like the way you just plugged your event as well. So, Commissioners, it is with great honor that I present to you this 2018 Achievement Award winner. The National Association of Counties is proud to award Franklin County the 2018 Achievement Award for its program titled I Am My Brother's Keeper.
Thank you.
So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Do you want to do everyone together?
You too. You too. Thank you.
Oh, wait, we're gonna get everybody here, and then we'll get another. I don't know, just. We need a award. Yeah, thank you. There we go. Okay, thank you. And then let's just get building, yeah.
Hey, Robin, I can only stuck my stomach in the long before I think. I'll try.
We did next year, we got to back to the camera.
I heard
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Can you get the picture?
All right, thank you. Next, we have domestic relations.
Resolution number 473-18, resolution authorizing the state fiscal year 2019 juvenile court funding application update with the State of Ohio Department of Youth Services in the amount of $7,800,654.22.
Good morning, Commissioner. Barbara Reed, Deputy Director.
Morning.
This morning is Whitney Randolph, our Chief Probation Officer. This resolution is requesting the approval of the 2019 funding application for our variable and base allocation with the Ohio Department of Youth Services. The court utilizes these funds to fund 39 employees and contract with 44 community-based organizations that provide direct service to the youth. Pending any questions, the court requests the approval of this resolution.
Move approval of 473-18.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 473-18 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you. Drainage engineer.
Resolution number 474-18, resolution approving a ditch maintenance petition for Woodland Creek, Jefferson Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
Morning, Commissioners. On behalf of Engineer Robertson, my name is Fritz Crozier.
And I'm Carla Marable.
Commissioners, this resolution seeks approval of the ditch maintenance petition for drainage improvements within the Woodland Creek subdivision located in Jefferson Township in the northeast part of Franklin County. The ditch petition ensures that the drainage improvements will be properly maintained in the future.
Move approval of 474-18.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 474-18 has been adopted.
Continue, engineer.
It's a public hearing.
Oh, sorry. We have a public hearing, so the engineer's office. We have a public hearing. Can the clerk please read the public hearing notice?
Public hearing regarding plan approval for the improvement of Ormond Avenue from Walford Street to Cleveland Avenue, Clinton Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
At this time, I'd like to open up the public hearing for this resolution. Is there anyone here in the audience who would like to speak on this public hearing? Seeing that there are none, I would like to close the public hearing and have the clerk read the resolution into the record.
Resolution number 475-18, plans approved for the improvement of Ormond Avenue from Walford Street to Cleveland Avenue, Clinton Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
Commissioners, this resolution seeks plan approval for the improvement of Ormond Avenue from Walford Street to Cleveland Avenue. This is a collaborative drainage improvement project between Franklin County and Clinton Township. Plans, specifications, and estimates have been prepared and approved by the county engineer. The next step would be to schedule a bid opening, and the project is scheduled to begin summer of 2018.
Move approval of resolution 475-18.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 475-18 has been adopted.
Again, we have a public hearing. Can the clerk please read the public hearing notice?
Public hearing regarding plan approval for the improvement of Thorburn Road at Dublin Road, Norwich Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
I'd like to open up the public hearing at this time for this resolution. Is there anyone here in the audience that would like to speak for this public hearing? Seeing that there are none, I'd like to close the public hearing and have the clerk read the resolution into the record.
Resolution number 476-18, plans approved for the improvement of Thorburn Road at Dublin Road, Norwich Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
Commissioners, this resolution seeks approval for the improvement of Thorburn Road. This is a joint roadway improvement project between Franklin County, Norwich Township, and the City of Columbus Recreation and Parks Department. Plan specifications and estimates have been prepared and approved by the county engineer. The next step would be to schedule the bid opening, and this project is scheduled to begin summer of 2018.
None too soon. Move approval of resolution. I'm sorry. Yeah, move. Wait a minute. Do we need to read this into the record? Or we already
did.
Already did. Okay. Move approval of 476-18.
Second. Sorry, I was reading it.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 476-18 has been adopted.
I drive down this street every day, and it's none too soon. It's in pretty bad shape. The four people that live on that street are going to be very happy, but the hundreds of people who drive up and down that street every day are going to be tickled. So, including me. Go ahead.
And we have one final public hearing. Can the clerk please read the public hearing notice?
Public hearing regarding plan approval for the improvement of Eureka Avenue, Valley View Drive, Highland Avenue, and Harper Road, Franklin Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
Commissioners, this resolution seeks plan approval for the improvement of Eureka Avenue, Valley View Drive, Highland Avenue, and Harper Road. This is a collaborative roadway improvement project between Franklin County and City of Columbus Recreation and Parks Department. Plans, specifications, and estimates have been prepared and approved by the county engineer. Next step would be to schedule a bid opening.
I need to open this up for a public hearing. Is there anyone here in the audience who would like to speak on this resolution? Seeing that there are none, I'd like to close the public hearing and have the clerk read the resolution into the record.
Resolution number 477-18, plans approved for the improvement of Eureka Avenue, Valley View Drive, Highland Avenue, and Harper Road, Franklin Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
He already did it, so you can go ahead.
Move approval of 477-18.
Second.
Moved in second and voting, Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 477-18 has been adopted. Resolution number 478-18, Warpert Incorporated Consulting Engineers appointed to assist the Franklin County Engineer in preparing right-of-way and construction plans for the Sunbury Road at Woodward Avenue, Franklin County, Ohio, in the amount of $166,482.
Commissioners, this resolution seeks authorization to enter into an engineering agreement with Woolpert Incorporated to provide plans for the Sunbury Road at Woodward Avenue Bridge Improvement Project. The bridge will be widened and rehabilitated. This is a collaborative project with the City of Columbus. The consultant was selected using our qualifications-based selection process. We have worked with them previously, and they have a local office.
Move approval of resolution 478-18.
Second.
Moved in second and voting, Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 478-18 has been adopted. Resolution number 479-18, resolution approving street, storm and water improvement plans for villages at Jefferson Run, Phase 6, Jefferson Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
This next resolution seeks approval of the street, storm, and water improvement plans for the villages at Jefferson Run Phase 6 subdivision. This subdivision is located in Jefferson Township, just off of Wagoner Road, south of Havens Corners. Approval of this resolution will allow the developer, which is Pulte Homes, to install the infrastructure necessary to begin the development of that phase of the subdivision.
Move approval of resolution 479-18.
Second.
Moved in second and voting, Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 479-18 has been adopted. Resolution number 480-18, approval of the Woodland Creek subdivision plat, Jefferson Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
Commissioners, our final resolution seeks approval of the Woodland Creek subdivision plat. The subdivision is also located in Jefferson Township, off of Havens Corners, just west of Wagner Road. Approval of this resolution is the last legislative step, which allows the developer, Romanelli and Hughes, to begin selling lots, and begin building homes.
Move approval of 480-18.
Second.
Moved in second and voting, Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 480-18 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Resolution number 481-18, a maintenance contract with Sadler Niekamp Financial Services Incorporated, doing business as ProWare, for the Franklin County Sheriff's Office Integrated Civil Processing and Real Estate Software System in the amount of $176,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Dave Masterson, Director of Administrative Services for Sheriff Dallas Baldwin. Passage of this resolution will approve a 5-year software maintenance agreement for the civil processing and real estate software system purchased in 2012. The agreement will cover break fixes and software upgrades for the life of the agreement. The $176,000 cost will be paid for with annual installments over the next 5 years. Pending any questions, I ask approval of this resolution.
Move approval of resolution 481-18.
Second.
Moved in second and voting, Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 481-18 has been adopted. Resolution number 482-18, resolution authorizing the acceptance of an Ohio Drug Law Enforcement Fund grant for the Franklin County Drug Task Force in the amount of $250,000.
Commissioners, this resolution allows the Sheriff's Office to accept funding for the Ohio Drug Law Enforcement Fund grant to enhance the battle against drug possession and trafficking. The one-year grant will be used for overtime during investigations for the purchase of equipment, training, and investigative travel. The sheriff's duties will include administration, implementation, and oversight of the grant, currently and/or potentially involving collaboration with the police departments of Groveport, Obetz, Reynoldsburg, and Upper Arlington, as well as the United States Drug Enforcement Administration. The grant period is July 1st, 2018 through June 30th, 2019. With no questions, we ask approval of this resolution.
Move approval of 48218.
Second.
Moved and second in voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 482-18 has been adopted. Resolution number 483-18. Resolution authorizing the settlement of legal claims brought in the United States District Court, Southern District of Ohio, being case number 217 CV 688, in the amount of $425,000.
Commissioners, approval of this resolution will resolve legal claims from an auto accident occurring in 2015. In order to avoid the time and expense of further litigation, we've reached resolution in the matter pending approval of the Board of Commissioners.
Move approval of resolution 48318.
Second.
Moved and second in voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 483-18 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Auditor.
Resolution number 484-18. Resolution approving 10 contract modifications for mediation services in the amount of $175,000.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
My name is Alain Roland. I'm the Director of Real Estate with the Auditor's Office, and with me this morning is Brian Katz, our Chief Counsel. We are here before you today to respectfully request passage of this amendment to our mediation contract, which was approved last December under Resolution 089317 for $100,000. The reason for this amendment are twofold. First of all, we received a high number of Board of Revision filings this year, 7,631 filings to be exact. But the most compelling and reason for this amendment is, out of that number, we have 3,500 cases assigned to our mediation program. So now keep in mind that the original amount of $100,000 can only cover 2,000 cases at $50 per case. So that means that we would need an additional $75,000 to cover the 1,500 more mediation cases this year. And honestly, Commissioners, not only will that help prevent a backlog next year, but also we will continue to provide the best mediation service possible to our taxpayers in Franklin County. Thank you.
Move approval of 48418.
Second.
Moved and second in voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 484-18 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Franklin County Data Center.
Resolution number 485-18. Resolution authorizing a contract with Sophisticated Systems Incorporated for consulting services associated with development of an RFP for all data center services and processes in the amount of $225,930.
Good morning, Commissioners. Julie Lest with the Franklin County Data Center. This resolution is for a contract with Sophisticated Systems. The contract will include an evaluation of all services, a written scope for the RFP, and then also assistance through the selection process. It was bid by the state of Ohio, and we were able to negotiate a 37% discount off of that pricing. Pending any questions, I do request your approval of this resolution.
Move approval of 48518.
Second.
Moved and second in voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 485-18 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Health and Family Services.
Resolution number 486-18. Resolution approving 2 contracts for on-site case management services between the Franklin County Department of Job and Family Services and Ohio Health, Riverside Methodist Hospital, and Grant Medical Center in the amount of $168,625.69.
Good morning, Commissioners. Joy Bivens, Director of Franklin County Job and Family Services. Per the contract, the case manager will be stationed at both Riverside Methodist Hospital, Grant Medical Center Hospital, to provide timely assistance in determining patient eligibility primarily for Medicaid, however, for our other safety net services as well. Ohio Health will reimburse Franklin County Department of Job and Family Services for the actual full-time employee cost of an on-site case manager, including salary and benefits at each hospital, which is not to exceed $9,074.59 per month, for a combined total not to exceed $168,625.69 over a 12-month term of the contract. The contract also allows for 2 mutually agreed upon 1-year extensions. Pending any questions, I would ask for your approval of this resolution.
Move approval of 486-18.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 486-18 has been adopted.
Thank you. Sanitary engineers.
Resolution number 487-18, resolution authorizing a contract for professional engineering services with CCI Engineering Services for the Little Farms Water Main Replacement Project in the amount of $832,486.
Good morning, Commissioners. Ryan Stowe with the Department of Sanitary Engineering. Sanitary engineers requesting authorization of a contract with CCI Engineering Services in the amount of $832,486 for professional design services for the Little Farms Water Main Replacement Project. CCI Engineering Services was selected from a field of 7 firms as the best fit for this project. Water to the Little Farms neighborhood, which is located north of West Broad and east of Hilliard Rome, is supplied by cast iron mains that were installed in the 1920s and 1950s. These mains are past their design life and in need of replacement. Replacing and upsizing the mains will result in improved water quality, increased pressure and flow to residents and fire hydrants. It will also decrease future maintenance costs to the sanitary engineers in terms of break repairs. The project will be bid and constructed in 2 phases, but will be designed as a single project. Phase 1 is anticipated to be completed in 2019, and Phase 2 is anticipated to be completed the following year in 2020. The funding for the design phase is expected to be secured from Ohio EPA's Water Supply Revolving Loan Account at the end of this month. The 2 construction phases will be funded by loans from the Ohio Public Works Commission and Ohio EPA's Water Supply Revolving Loan Account. Due to the funding requirements from OPWC, the Department of Sanitary Engineering must be able to publish a notice to proceed to the selected contractor no later than June 1st of 2019. In order to meet this deadline, the Department of Sanitary Engineering is recommending approval and execution of this contract prior to release of the funds from OEPA at the end of this month. All planned design expenditures prior to the award of the funds will be covered from the Department's Water Capital Fund. This expense is fully reimbursable by the proposed funding. Pending any questions or comments, I respectfully request a passage of this resolution.
Move approval of 487-18.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 487-18 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Economic development planning.
Resolution number 488-18, resolution authorizing a career-oriented continuing education and placement training grant agreement to Subsume Grant Agreement 526-16 as modified by resolution number 484-17 with Per Scholars to provide workforce training and job placement as part of their commitment to expand their operations within Franklin County.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jenny Snap, Assistant Director, Economic Development and Planning, joined by Michael Salvador, our Workforce Navigator, who will take you through our first 3 resolutions.
Good morning, Commissioners. Michael Salvador, Franklin County Economic Development. These 3 resolutions are all similar. They will all pass contract agreements to replace or subsume existing PeopleWorks grant agreements. So with this first one, this is for Per Scholars. In June of 2016, the board passed a 3-year agreement with Per Scholars for 150 placement and training and placement through their A+ CompTIA training program. To date, they have placed 89 individuals. They have trained well over 150, and they still have about 6 months left to go on the original term. We need to modify this agreement in order to continue the timely processing of invoices. So pending any questions, we ask your approval of this resolution.
Just got one question. So it's pronounced Per Scholars, not
yes.
Per Scholars?
I believe, when I met with the CEO years ago, he said Perscalis. I know Tony says Perscolis, so I'm going to go with Plinio, but, it's open for debate.
Yeah, we were debating in our office, so I don't know. Were you right? You right on that? All right.
Move approval of 488-18.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 488-18 has been adopted. Resolution number 489-18. Resolution authorizing a new employee training grant agreement to subsume grant agreement 818-16 with the Eastway Corporation to provide employee training for low-income Franklin County residents as part of the company's commitment to expand its operations into Franklin County.
So very similar to the last agreement, this is with Eastway Heritage of Hannah Neal, which is Eastway's location within Franklin County. Eastway is a behavioral health nonprofit that helps kids dealing with trauma deal with their trauma and can move forward in education and all the things that kids need to do. They opened their facility in October of 2016 with a commitment to hire 80 individuals by September of 2019. To date, they have hired 45 individuals. They're well on their way to meeting their job creation commitment. Same as with the last contract, we need to modify this contract by passing a new one to continue the timely processing of invoices. Pending any questions, we ask your approval.
Move approval of 489-18.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 489-18 has been adopted. Resolution number 490-18. Resolution authorizing a career-oriented continual education and placement training grant agreement to subsume grant agreement 817-16 with IC Stars Columbus LLC to provide workforce training and job placement as part of their commitment to begin operations within Franklin County.
Finally, Commissioners, this will replace our existing grant agreement with IC Stars Columbus. IC Stars Columbus is a training program located out at Rev 1 Ventures on Kinnear Road. They train individuals that are low income in coding skills through a collaboration-based model. So the training program isn't classroom-based, it's team-based. Individuals learn basic coding skills. They work in teams to develop apps for companies with the goal of placing them in entry-level software development jobs that pay well over $20 an hour. To date, this contract was passed in 2016 for a term of January 17 to December 2019. They had some issues getting their first couple cohorts going. They had some delays. To date, they have placed 6 individuals into jobs paying more than $21 an hour with a goal of hitting 90 by the end of next year. We are confident that they'll be able to hit that number, although they do have some catching up to do. Pending any questions, we ask your approval of this resolution.
Move approval of 490-18.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 490-18 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Resolution number 491-18. Resolution authorizing an agreement with JDM Services doing business as Frank Road Recycling Solutions to partially fund a construction and demolition debris recycling project in the amount of $97,634.
Commissioners, our next resolution will be presented by our new Assistant Director for Economic Development, Mr. Alex Barris.
Hello, Commissioners, and thanks for having me back. Economic Development Planning sponsored a successful Ohio Economic Development or Ohio Environmental Planning Market Development Grant that we received. This program assists businesses to develop markets and projects that grow markets and recycle materials. The purpose of this resolution now is to enter into a sub-agreement with Frank Road Recycling in the amount of $97,634 so that they may proceed with their project and we can pass through the grant funds. With the funds, Frank Road Recycling Solutions will purchase mobile crushing equipment that will allow them to process the debris at the project site rather than at their facility, and that will improve efficiencies for their operations. We have Joey Lowendick to explain his program further.
Yeah, so the equipment we plan to purchase for our concrete crusher, the first piece of equipment is a secondary stacker system which will allow material that has passed through the crusher for the first time be redirected for a second pass to give us better material that or smaller material as needed. And the second measure we plan to install on our crusher is a weigh system for the belts to give us data on the amount of material that is passed through to get our recycling percentages and just different data that can tell us just how the efficiency of any given project as far as recycling. And the last measure we want to use is a a mobile dust suppression system that is kind of a standalone system that will mist water as the crushing operations commence, and this will be useful especially in residential areas to to suppress the dust as we work.
Fantastic. Move approval of resolution 491-18.
Second.
Moved in second and voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 491-18 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Child Support Enforcement.
Resolution number 492-18, resolution authorizing a 4D contract between Franklin County Child Support Enforcement Agency and the Franklin County Clerk of Courts in the amount of $211,753.93.
Good morning, Commissioners. Lori Torriero on behalf of the Franklin County Child Support Enforcement Agency. This contract is one of several interagency contracts that Child Support is authorized to have under Section 4D of the Social Security Act as amended in 1984. This is a contract with our Clerk of Courts. Due to the volume of our filings, we work out a system with the Clerk of Courts where we pay a specific rate for every filing, no matter what type of filing it is. Due to the automation of both of our systems, the number of filings has actually gone down over the last 3 years, and we attribute most of that to the fact that we're not losing paper in transit between the two buildings. Pending any questions, I'd request your approval.
Move approval of 492-18.
Second.
Moved in second and voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 492-18 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Public Facilities Management.
Resolution number 493-18, resolution authorizing a modification to the contract agreement with George J. Eigel and Company to perform additional concrete footings and foundation activities associated with the construction of the Franklin County Correction Center at an increase in an amount of the contract not to exceed 1,000. Is that supposed to be 1,000? 1 million?
$1,770.
Okay, $1,770. Okay.
Good morning, Commissioners. Darla Reardon, Director, Public Facilities Management. George J. Eigel and Company, Inc. is performing concrete footings and foundations activities associated with the construction of the Franklin County Correction Center. This resolution authorizes the first contract modification with Eigel and provides for a minor modification to the elevator shaft and foundation to accommodate a revised elevator design. Work will be tracked on a time and material basis. Any unused funds will be returned to the county. The owner's representative, construction manager, and architect are supportive of this action. Pending any questions, we request your approval of this resolution.
Move approval of resolution 493-18.
Second.
Moved in second and voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce? Resolution number 493-18 has been adopted. Resolution number 494-18, resolution authorizing a contract agreement with DeBrow Kumpel, doing business as MCOR Services Automated Controls, to perform building controls activities associated with the construction of the Franklin County Correction Center in the amount of $2,403,566.
Also joining me today is Dr. Bill Lafayette, owner of Regionomics LLC, who will provide a summary of the economic impact study he conducted for this contract agreement and to discuss how impacts associated with contract modifications, such as the 2 EIGL resolutions before you today, will be documented moving forward. This resolution authorizes a contract agreement with DeBraw Kemple, Inc. to perform building controls activities. 3 bids were received. DeBraw Kemple was the low bidder and has offices in Columbus and Cincinnati. DeBraw Kemple is signatory to the Local 189 Plumbers and Pipe Fitters and IBEW Local 683 in Columbus. 10 jobs are anticipated to be created as part of this contract at peak. DeBraw Kemple has committed to 4.16%, approximately $100,000 diversity participation from one standard electrical materials firm on its SEBE utilization plan. There is limited participation at this point due to the specialty nature of the building automation trade, which generally requires dealership agreements and/or distribution licenses. However, DeBraw Kemple has also committed to identifying an SEBE to assist with installation once this contract is awarded. DeBraw Kemple has demonstrated it has the capacity, experience, and ability to complete the required work. The project owner's representative, Pizzuti Solutions, and the project construction manager, Gilbane Smoot, are supportive of this contract award. I will now turn it over to Dr. Lafayette to present his summary of the economic impacts. Then, pending any questions, we request your approval of this action.
Good morning, Commissioners. My latest memo includes the economic impact of the DeBraw Kemple bid. The impact of this bid totals $3.4 million in Franklin County production and spending, including the supplier and household impacts. Household earnings impacts in total $900,000. 19 full-time and part-time jobs on average will be sustained, and there will be a $2 million impact in long-term value added to the county's economy. The 2 EIGL modifications of their earlier contracts that you're considering today are not estimated separately, but they are included in the total impacts of all contracts to date. Those impacts total $172.8 million in production and spending, $42.6 million in earnings, 764 full-time and part-time jobs sustained, and $100.1 million in long-term value added. So we have crossed the $100 million mark there. Of that total, I estimate the small and emerging business impacts to date at $41.5 million in output, $10.5 million in earnings, 180 full-time and part-time jobs, and $24.4 million in value added. This work has not yet considered the architectural, engineering, and project management costs, only the hard construction costs, and we're going to be looking into including those impacts in future analyses as well.
Very good.
Okay. Move approval of resolution 494-18.
Second.
Moved and second in voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 494-18 has been adopted. Resolution number 495-18, resolution authorizing a modification to the contract agreement with George J. Eichel and Company to perform additional concrete structure activities associated with the construction of the Franklin County Correction Center at an increase in the amount of the contract not to exceed $269,725 for a total amount of $13,563,725.
George J. Eichel and Company is also performing concrete structure activities associated with the construction of the Franklin County Correction Center. This resolution authorizes the first contract modification with Eichel and provides for additional concrete structure work. While this contract is being increased, it is important to note that this is really a reallocation of work in associated dollars previously apportioned to the precast bid package. This change allows for a more efficient design and installation of the mezzanines and pan deck. Work will be tracked on a time and material basis. Any unused funds will be returned to the county. The owner's representative, construction manager, and architect are supportive of this action. Pending any questions, PFM requests your approval of this contract modification.
Move approval of 495-18.
Second.
Moved in second and voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 495-18 has been adopted. Resolution number 496-18, resolution authorizing a modification to the contract agreement with DLZ Architecture to provide professional design services associated with the planning, design, and construction of the Franklin County Correction Center at an increase in an amount of the contract not to exceed $16,201,600 for a total amount $28,077,600.
This resolution authorizes the first contract modification with DLZ Architecture, Inc. to provide additional professional design services associated with the full build-out of the Franklin County Correction Center, which will allow for the closure of both existing jail facilities. We are excited to move forward with the construction of the new Correction Center as one project and to continue with DLZ on the team. DLZ Architecture is a well-established local minority business enterprise. Although not subject to the county's 12% aspirational goal for diversity participation, it is important to note that DLZ understands the county's commitment to inclusion on this project. As such, DLZ has committed to achieving at least 80% diversity participation from minority, veteran, and women-owned businesses. Carol Lushevsky of Pizzuti Solutions, our owner's representative, and Eric Ratz of DLZ Architecture are present should the board have any questions. Otherwise, PFM respectfully requests your approval of this resolution.
Yeah, I'm just curious, so 80%, explain that. What's they're going to achieve an 80% participation rate?
Eric, if you'd like to. This is Eric Ratz, Principal Architect from DLZ Architecture.
Okay.
Good morning, Commissioners. Based on our full fee, what we have is with our design team, we've established that 80% of the design fees are going to firms that are minority, women-owned, veteran-owned businesses.
Yeah, that's great. I'm curious to know how you do that, how you accomplish it.
Well, part of our original inception of our team was we wanted to look at having the minorities, the women-owned business, the veterans to be part of the team to reflect what Franklin County is and what you wanted to have on your project. So that's something we take very serious, and we wanted to put that forth.
Well, can I just say that's outstanding. I really appreciate the effort, and when this project is all done, I hope that we're able to sort of scorecard all of this out, internally, just because I'd like to see the qualitative efforts that companies made to achieve those goals too. The quantitative piece is easy to measure, but I think there's something to be said about the qualitative effort and going far beyond. So thank you.
Thank you.
And as Dr. Lafayette indicated, we'll be coming forward to calculate DLZ and the other soft costs associated with this, and including the SEBE participation as well. So.
Yeah, thank you.
I think it's important that we modify this contract at this point to be able to move this project forward and to be able to, take advantage going forward of the timing on this project to be able to make sure that we're, it's a moment in time, but this is a once in a generation project to be able to complete this correction center and to do it right and to be able to take advantage of the costs and take advantage of the all the things that are going into this. And so for us to be able to continue this project and to continue the construction of the second phase and to be able to move this project down the road and do this thing the way we need to. So I'm glad we're doing this now.
Well said, Commissioner. I agree, and just would add or ask rather, I know it's hard to anticipate at this point. But are we still possibilities for additional modifications and additions? Is that still there, or are we pretty much in the safe zone now, or do we expect more even?
Well, DLZ Architecture would be the first one we're bringing forward in terms of the full build out, so we would anticipate some moving forward. So.
Petition some more. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I apologize for asking because I know it wasn't at the briefing. I've been fighting an eye infection for about a week, and so I was down and out that day. But just I want to make sure I understand what you're saying, that we do anticipate additional modifications to the original submissions for various economic or industry reasons, whether it's material costs, other project, I just want to give a little more color on what we expect to come forward.
In terms of contract modifications for the full build-out, DLZ is the first from the design team we would anticipate bringing forward, the construction manager, the owner's rep, et cetera. But in terms of con mods equivalent contract modifications like the EIGL ones before you today, they come up from time to time in the project, vetted by the group, and could be things unexpected or some design changes. In the case of the ones today, they actually benefit the project by allowing for more efficient design.
So you say probably?
Probably.
Yes. All right. Good.
Commissioner Boyce, President Boyce.
A lot of words sounded better than probably.
We have our Public Facilities Management Director sort of on the hot seat, so I'm going to speak a little bit to this as well. I think there will be reasons that may cause modifications that are based upon the construction environment of the project, that are project specific to what's going on in real time as the project moves forward. And then also, as a housekeeping matter, since we have additional resources available by virtue of the bonds that were sold, we are continuing to build out of the facility towards 2,200 beds. So that's just going to require the change in scope for contracts to be modified for that purpose, which is why the DLZ is here. So it's really twofold. And I guess not to be, too locked in. It's a fluid process, as Mr. O'Grady has said.
Yeah. Thanks for that explanation and clarification, because I just want the public to know. I don't want them to be surprised when we have to make these adjustments, because I think Commissioner O'Grady said it best when he said, this is a once in a generation type of project that we've got to get right. And so at times they're just going to be, by the nature and scope of the project, adjustments to be made, audibles that are called, and this, that's what reflect.
Materials, I mean, there's all kinds of things that could impact change in mods, anything from the folks that we're using on the project to the materials that we have to, the tariffs that we're facing. There's all kinds of different things that could cost us to have to make adjustments and come here and make different adjustments and con mods that'll construction modifications that'll cost us to make adjustments here.
Mm-hmm. So. And lastly, Commissioners, we following your guidance and the policies that the board has adopted as it relates to criminal justice, cause us to make some decisions along the way to change the project as how we approach corrections in general as a county.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Move approval of Resolution 496-18.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 496-18 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Human Resources.
Resolution number 497-18, resolution authorizing a contract with Clement Nelson and Associates for recruitment services in the amount of $8,500.
Good morning, Commissioners. Rob Young, representing Human Resources. The Board of Commissioners has authorized the hiring of a director of the Department of Animal Care and Control and wish to utilize an executive search firm to assist with the recruitment and screening. Per the Ohio Revised Code, consulting services are exempt from competitive bidding. This resolution authorizes an agreement with Clemens Nelson and Associates, Inc. for recruitment services. They're headquartered here in Franklin County. The cost of this contract will not exceed $8,500 for these services. Pending any questions, request approval of the resolution.
Move approval of Resolution 497-18.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 497-18 has been adopted.
Thank you. Purchasing.
Resolution number 498-18, resolution authorizing a countywide contract with Dunbar Armored Incorporated for armed courier services in the amount of $50,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Carl Cuthbert, representing the Purchasing Department. Commissioner, this contract was competitively bid and provides for the acquisition of armored courier services for various Franklin County agencies. This contract will be for a one-year period with the option to extend for 4 additional one-year periods. Pending any questions, we ask approval of this resolution.
Move approval of 498-18.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 498-18 has been adopted.
Commissioner, go ahead.
Resolution number 499-18, resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in amount of $1,933,239.06.
Commissioner, this resolution requests your approval of 187 purchase orders. For small emerging business enterprises, there are 57 purchase orders, which equal 22.8% of the eligible purchase order volume. Their purchase order dollar amount is $26,267.36, which is 15.4% of the eligible purchase order dollar value. Eligible purchase orders are where the small emerging businesses are likely able to participate. These purchase orders have been pre-certified as availability funds by the county auditor. If any questions, I recommend their approval.
Move approval of 499-18.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 499-18 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Resolution number 500-18, resolution authorizing the county administrator to apply for a zoning variant and a special permit for the purpose of providing halfway house services for the property located at 1717 Alum Creek Drive.
Good morning, Commissioners. Chris Long, Deputy Administrator, and with me is Marty Sweterlich, Counsel to Elvis, Inc., to walk through this resolution.
Good morning, Commissioners, and thank you for this opportunity. This resolution authorizes the County Administrator to sign a zoning application with the City of Columbus to seek a special permit to increase the size of the Elvis Inc. Halfway house that's located on the county property on Alum Creek Road. That size will increase, excuse me, from 100 beds to 300 beds with this increase. We need a special permit, and we need several variances to the special permit language. All of that is being rolled up into one application that needs to be signed by the county, since we don't own the property or as yet have the lease in place. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
And Commissioners, the other piece I would add as well is that Elvis, at our request, worked with the two neighbors out at Elm Creek. CBCF, the Community-Based Correctional Facility, is adjacent to the existing Elvis property, as is Mary Haven, and they worked with both of those neighboring entities to ensure parking opportunities for both of those facilities, and those concerns have been met. And secondly, we've worked very closely with Nick Soulis in the prosecutor's office on this approach as well, so thank you for your input and guidance along the way. Pending any questions, would recommend your approval.
Great. Move approval of resolution 500-18.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 500-18 has been adopted.
Thank you.
So next, we're going to have economic development and planning once again, and we need to read the public hearing.
Yeah.
This will be a public hearing. Can the clerk please read the public hearing notice?
Public hearing on a petition to annex 12 acres from Washington Township to the City of Dublin, case number ANX-11-18.
There's a rezoning hearing following this meeting. That's
okay. I can respect that. That's all right. That's all right. Yeah. She said, "Stop. Hold on. Am I supposed to be up here? I got you." At this time, I'd like to open the public hearing up for this resolution. Is there anyone here in the audience who would like to speak on this resolution?
Commissioner, please come forward. Commissioner Boyce, and you have to swear in the witnesses.
Okay. Where's the swear in?
Yes. Swear him in and tell the truth.
Okay. I don't know. All right.
Nick could probably.
Please come forward. Nick, you want to swear it? Or is it just, do you swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, there you go.
How many witnesses do we have?
I will also need to be sworn in.
Time out. Let's back this up a little bit. Let's back this up.
Who all wants to?
We have to swear in the witness as well as our staff.
Yeah.
And so we'll do this again. All those who need to be sworn in, please stand and raise your right hand. Okay. Do you swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth? I do. All right. Is that good enough? All right. I would say, just for the record, next time, if we could have that language, I'd like to have the actual language for swearing in the agenda. So proceed. Oh, So our first speaker, or you do presentation and then speaker, okay.
Yes. This resolution is to consider a regular annexation of 12 acres, more or less, from Washington Township to the City of Dublin. The area to be annexed includes 12 acres located at 7599 Fishel Drive North, 7575 Fishel Drive South, one parcel at Cosgray Road, and two parcels that include Cosgray Road right-of-way. Those parcels are west of Cosgray, north of Shire Rings, east of Hoochard, and south of Fishel and State Route 161. Additionally, please note that 33% of the site's perimeter is contiguous to the City of Dublin. Petition was filed by agent and attorney Donald Plank from Plank Law Firm, who is in attendance and wishes to speak on behalf of the property owners Chemcoat Incorporated, the Durock Trust, Larry D. Clark Trustee, Straight Real Estate LLC, One Ltd. Limited, the City of Dublin, and Kelly Byers. In addition, please note that Mr. Paul Hammersmith, the Director of Engineering for the City of Dublin, is in attendance representing the city. The applicant has met all statutory requirements outlined in Section 709.03 of the Ohio Revised Code, and at the conclusion of the testimony from the property owners, the board must determine the 5 criteria outlined to be certified true by Economic Development Planning staff. The applicant has provided proof of the notification and timeline and has provided a resolution from the City of Dublin identifying the services that will be provided once the annexation has been approved. Additionally, resolution number 26-18 was passed by the City of Dublin on May 7th, 2018. Pending any questions, staff requests your approval of this petition.
Great. Mr. Plank, if you could state your name and who you represent for the record.
Commissioners, my name is Donald Plank. I am the attorney for the for Chemcoat. I'm also the agent for the petitioners on the annexation. 12-acre annexation. The reason for the annexation is that there are requirements by the EPA because of the amount of lead in the water that they annex to, or they obtain potable water from a municipal power provider. That they cannot get, they cannot fix the wells, and so they have to annex into the City of Dublin. We have a certified letter from the Ohio EPA as evidence. We also have certified deeds and resolutions of all persons signing the application. We have worked with the City of Dublin in order to include all, and the county engineer to include all the right-of-way. So one of the many of the people signing the annexation petition are actually signing because of the right-of-way that they own, and not necessarily they may have already been in the City of Dublin. And one person, and that's why we're doing the regular annexation, could not find, but we're just bringing in that person's right-of-way and not their parcel into the City of Dublin.
Okay. Any questions for witness? Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other speakers this hearing? The City of Dublin representative, did you want to make any comments? No. Okay, thank you. All right, if there are no further speakers, I would like to close the public hearing and have the clerk read the resolution into the record.
Resolution number 501-18, hearing on a petition to annex 12 acres from Washington Township to the City of Dublin, case number ANX-11-18.
So, Nick, are all the statutory requirements met that need to be met?
Yes, Commissioners, you followed the process, and I believe, I don't have a copy of the resolution in front of me, but I have seen it before. I believe it does. By adopting the resolution, you are certifying that the petition contains the signatures of a majority of the property owners of the real estate, that the City of Dublin has provided the statement of services, as Ms. Snap has already testified to. You're also you're determining that the territory is not unreasonably large, that on balance the general good of the territory sought to be annexed will be served, and the benefits outweigh the detriment to the surrounding area. And also no street or highway will be segmented or divided. So by adopting the resolution, you are certifying that. And that does meet the statutory requirements.
Okay.
Is there no issue with the one resident that wasn't able to be contacted? We're just they're doing the right of way.
They were notified, through the statutory process. Commissioner, this dates back many years ago. This is how the annexation process was done. You often had parcels that were brought in, sometimes unwillingly so, but now you're used to having a unanimous petition being brought before you. But in the past, and still under current law, it is acceptable. People do get brought in for a variety of reasons. Property owners do get brought in. Sometimes they are a very willing participant. Sometimes they choose not to do or say anything. So there is no problem with that. There is no legal issue with respect to that.
Okay, thank you.
Well, this is the first in the 10-plus years as a commissioner. This is the first of this nature that I've seen.
First or second, I think.
Yeah.
It might be the second one, but it is
It's
very
rare.
rare.
Very rare. Okay. Well, then I will move for approval of Resolution 50118.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 501-18 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Okay.
Are there any generalizations?
There's two, Commissioner, both from the Economic Development and Planning Department. One is an expedited Type 2 annexation petition, ANX 16-18, was filed with the Franklin County Economic Development and Planning Department on June 27, 2018. The petition is requesting to annex 6.328 acres from Blendon Township to the City of Columbus. The petition will be considered by the Board of Commissioners on July 31st, 2018. And also, we received a public notice of a Planning and Zoning Commission from the City of Hilliard that will take place Thursday, July 12, 2018, at Hilliard Municipal Building for a public hearing for a sign variance. And that is all.
Okay, thank you. That concludes our meeting. We'll be back in here for rezoning at what time? Rezoning.
It's immediately following.
It's immediately, okay. I'm going to need a quick break. So we're going to say it's 10:24 now. We're going to convene back at 10:30.
Yeah, vacation, Willow Glen or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.